Hello everyone. Hope you guys are having a great night or day or morning, whenever you're watching this. Before I begin, I apologize if you hear any noise in the background. My neighbors are doing construction, and I thought by 5:30 they'd be done. Just like in a meeting, you want to have optimal space so you can hear everybody and see everybody. Sometimes things happen. You have to plan for those. So, like I said, church meetings, when meetings, I don't have a whole lot of experience with meetings. I do have gone to some church meetings, it's general like fun ones, Christian education, so it's not like it's real structured. It was just us having a whole bunch of fun figuring out what we can do. My two main jobs that I've had have been retail. So Staples, I sat on a few conference calls, which I guess is technically a meeting, but you're just listening. And also, Staples had made meetings, but they were always taped, so all the employees were just supposed to watch them later. So it's not like you were really there, and half the people didn't even watch them anyways. But technically, we were at a meeting. My last job, Nina Savaggio's, once again, it's retail, so no really meetings there. If we had stuff they wanted to convey to us, we got flyers attached to our pay stubs. For an example of a meeting that went well, and once again it's another church example, but we're getting a new curriculum. We call it group publishing. Some of you guys might have heard of it. So our church wanted to know how to, learn how to use it, the correct way, the best way to use it. So we actually had someone from the actual publishing company come and lead us. So it was a good meeting because she had everything prepared, like down to the minute by minute almost. We were able to ask questions. We were able to get more hints. She allotted time for questions, so she knew what she was doing. So it was a good meeting. Now, a bad meeting, I had to kind of use an example that was kind of bad. But I went to Macomb Community College, before I came here. And this is only kind of a bad example, but they decided they were going to have a meeting where everyone in the program had to attend. And it was, in theory, a good idea. So they planned it about a week and a half in advance. Didn't really give anybody time to plan their schedules. And everyone had to attend. Now, I was able to attend during my class, which, not a big deal. But this meeting was to inspire everybody to get their, to what all the programs were in our department. So because I was in graphic arts, or graphic design, I ranged from actually pencil drawing all the way up to animating. It was really an intro to class, or intro meeting to tell everybody what everything was. The problem was, I was graduating in 3 weeks. So I really didn't need to be there. This would be a really good thing for someone that just started, or even people coming in. But for people like me that was required to be there, it was really kind of pointless. It was still kind of fun seeing all the departments talk about their things, but even that was kind of put together at the last minute. I'm sure they've got it together a lot better now, but that first meeting didn't go very well. But I think meetings are important to organizations. It brings people together face to face in real time, like our book says. You can get important updates or news out, and people can put input right then and there. I really like this quote from a book that said, individuals attending a meeting or event use all 5 of their senses: hearing, sight, touch, smell, and taste. So they become more emotionally involved in the process. And that's true. At a meeting, you use all these things. And I know some of our meetings now are virtual. You may not be able to say, taste things on there. As long as your video is still on, people can see you. But you can still hear. You can still see the speaker. You can still put input into the thing. You can type things. You can raise hands, like on Zoom. You can do lots of different things. So even if it's virtual, even though it's technically better in person, it is still really important. The factors that go into planning a meeting, like I mentioned before, my neighbors, is location and time. A lot of the time when you're planning a meeting, you think about what would be a good time. Do people have to travel to this? Do they have to, stay overnight? Who needs to be over? Everybody. Is there going to be noise? Is there going to be traffic? How long is this going to go? Do we need to have food? Do we need promotional materials? How many do we need? There's a whole lot of things. It's not just getting together a group of people. There's some characteristics required to be a good event planner would be to be very well organized. You have to work well with others. You have to like all the small details. They're not just planning, like I said, just getting people together. They're actually by minute planning things. They're figuring out what people need food, or if they need printed materials, if they need Wi-Fi, if they need to stay overnight, all these type of things. They think about all the small things to make a big thing happen. So as a main job, I probably wouldn't actually like to be an event planner. It might be fun to help somebody. I'd like to be, behind the scenes maybe. You be delegated to, I'm in charge of X, Y, and Z. Maybe, even more on the creative side, like the graphics and the lights or something like that. And while I'm really, like when I do design stuff, I'm very detailed. I don't really think I'd really like figuring that type of stuff out. So meetings are really important, and they're important for many different reasons. Because how do you get input for everybody? You can see people face to face. You can use all 5 of your senses. So they are a really important part of PR. Hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. I'll see you later. Bye.